My child, I know your heart is heavy right now. I see the tears you cry when no one else does. You loved deeply. You gave pieces of yourself to someone who couldn't carry the weight of that love. Maybe they said they'd stay but left. Maybe they promised forever but chose someone else. And now, in the silence of your room, you're left holding shattered dreams and asking, "Why, God? Why did they leave? Why wasn't I enough?" But I need you to hear me. You were always enough. Their inability to love you properly does not define your worth. Your value comes from me, not from their attention, not from their words, and not from their decision to walk away. I never designed love to destroy you. The pain you're feeling now is real, but it's not final. In Psalm 34 verse 18, it is written, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." I am not far from you in this moment. I am closer than ever. Every time your heart breaks, mine aches too. Every time you question your worth, I whisper, "You are fearfully and wonderfully made." Psalm 139 verse 14. There was a girl in Georgia who once shared her story. She gave her everything to a man she thought she'd marry. He left, unexpectedly, just before their wedding. She felt like life had lost its meaning. But instead of letting bitterness take root, she chose to surrender her pain to me. It wasn't easy. Healing rarely is. But over time, I rewrote her story. I led her to her purpose, serving young women who went through the same heartbreak. What she once thought was the end of everything became the beginning of her true calling. She found beauty in brokenness, because she gave me the pieces. Sometimes I let people walk out of your life so I can step in more fully. Sometimes I break what's hurting you so I can rebuild what will bless you. You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. And no, this heartbreak is not the end. It's a sacred beginning. My timing may not match yours, but I promise it is always perfect. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11 says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time." That includes you, your healing, your love story, your purpose. Don't run back to what broke you just because you're scared to be alone. Let me fill the silence. Let me show you what true, unconditional love looks like. It's not based on performance, looks, or status. It's based on grace, on mercy, on knowing that even in your lowest moments, you are still chosen, still loved, still mine. So hold on. Keep trusting. Let go of what was never meant for you. Because what I have planned is far greater than what you've lost. You don't need someone to complete you when I've already made you whole. Love will find you again, but next time, it won't make you feel small. It will honor your soul because it will come from me. And until that day, walk with me. Cry with me. Heal with me. I know you wonder if you'll ever feel whole again. I know how loud the silence gets when you're trying to sleep, and all you can hear is the echo of, "What did I do wrong?" My beloved, sometimes the pain doesn't come from losing someone, it comes from losing who you were when you were with them. But let me tell you something sacred. You haven't lost yourself, you're just beginning to find who you truly are. This heartbreak isn't here to end you. It's here to uncover the strength, purpose, and light I placed inside you long ago. In Isaiah 61 verse 3, I promise to give you beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, and a garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. That promise still stands today. I never said there wouldn't be sorrow. I never said people wouldn't hurt you. But I did say I would be your refuge, your rest, your healer. You don't have to pretend you're okay with me. Bring me your broken pieces. I'm not afraid of the mess. I'll sit with you in your sadness, walk with you in your waiting, and stand with you until the pain begins to feel lighter. There's a young man in Texas who once said he stopped believing in love after being cheated on. He lost not just his relationship but his ability to trust. But do you know what happened? He finally stopped trying to fix things on his own and surrendered his heart to me. Slowly, I showed him that love doesn't always look like a fairy tale, but it is real. I brought people into his life who didn't take advantage of his kindness, but honored it. Today, he helps others learn to love themselves before giving their hearts away again. That's what I want for you. Not to live guarded forever, but to grow stronger, wiser, softer, not harder. Because real love isn't about perfection, it's about presence. And my presence has never left you. You may not understand the why behind this heartbreak right now. That's okay. Sometimes I let confusion linger just long enough to lead you into clarity. Trusting me means walking even when the path is dim, even when your hands are empty. But eventually, I will place in those hands a love that reflects my heart. Not rushed, not forced, not painful, but peaceful, holy. If you're still healing, keep going. Don't compare your journey to others. Some people move on quickly, not because they loved deeper, but because they ran from their pain. You, however, are facing yours, and that takes courage. That's how healing happens. One surrendered tear at a time. In John 14 verse 27, I gave you this promise. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid. That peace is yours right now. You just have to open your heart to receive it. And when the day comes, and it will, when you wake up and realize you haven't thought about them in days, when you can smile without faking it, when you can thank me for the heartbreak because of who it helped you become, that will be the proof that I never stopped working in you. Even when you couldn't see it. So don't lose faith. I'm not finished. Your story is still unfolding. And the next chapter? It's going to be breathtaking. Not because of who walks into your life next, but because you'll finally see the masterpiece I've been shaping within you all along. My child, I know you still replay the conversations in your mind, what was said, what wasn't, what you could have done differently. But let me free you from this torment. You were never meant to beg for someone to see your worth. That was never love. Love doesn't make you feel invisible. It doesn't use your kindness against you. What you had may have looked like love, but if it left you feeling small, anxious, or unloved, then I was never in it, not fully. Stop blaming yourself for someone else's inability to love deeply. Some people love with conditions, but I love with grace. Some people love temporarily, but I love eternally. You were not too much. You were just more than they were ready to receive. And their departure is not a reflection of your failure. It's a reflection of my divine redirection. I want you to understand something sacred. Being alone doesn't mean you're abandoned. It means you're being set apart. Set apart to heal. To rediscover who you are outside of the relationship. To reconnect with me, the one who created your heart in the first place. And until you realize that you are already whole in me, you'll keep searching for pieces in others who were never meant to complete you. There was a divorced mother in Ohio who thought her life was over when her husband left. She was left raising 2 kids, jobless, and broken in spirit. She spent nights crying out, "Why, God? Why now?" But in her desperation, she found me again. And I showed her she was not forsaken, she was being formed. Today, she speaks at women's conferences, not as someone who had a perfect life, but as someone who met me in the fire. Her pain became her platform. That's what I can do when you trust me with the ashes. I'm not asking you to have all the answers right now. I'm just asking you to surrender the questions. I'm not asking you to move on quickly. I'm asking you to move forward slowly with me. We'll take one step at a time. You cry, I'll listen. You fall, I'll catch you. You doubt, I'll remind you. You are still mine. You see, my love doesn't come with expiration dates. I won't leave when you're broken. I won't get tired of your questions. I won't withdraw my presence when you're angry or hurt. I'm not like them. I am the God who stays. And one day, someone will come into your life and love you the way I've always loved you. Patiently, gently, without fear or condition. But they will be a blessing, not a bandage. Because by then, you won't need them to fix you, you'll already be whole. So be still, my child. I know your heart is healing. I know the nights are long. But I am working even when you don't see it. I am writing something beautiful through the very pain that tried to destroy you. Jeremiah 29 verse 11 still stands. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. So, not just survival, but purpose. Love that doesn't hurt. And a life that reflects the beauty I placed inside you all along. You've been holding in so much. Smiling in public, breaking in private. You've learned how to pretend you're okay so well, even your closest friends don't know you're falling apart inside. You scroll through photos of other people's seemingly perfect relationships, wondering why it never worked out for you. You see proposals, weddings, happy families, and all the while, you feel like you're silently fading into the background. But let me remind you, my precious child, you have not been forgotten. I don't measure your value by your relationship status. I don't see you as behind. You are exactly where you need to be for what I am preparing for you. You are not being punished, you are being positioned. There is a difference between loneliness and being alone. One isolates you, the other invites you into deeper intimacy with me. In your stillness, I am speaking. In your waiting, I am working. And in your heartbreak, I am holding you closer than ever before. You may feel like you're stuck, but what if this delay is actually divine protection? There's a young woman in California who once prayed, "Lord, send me a husband." And she thought I answered. The relationship seemed like everything she asked for, until it wasn't. She was left devastated. But over time, she realized what she thought was a blessing was actually a distraction. I had to remove it to reveal her true purpose. Now, she runs a ministry for young women who've been emotionally manipulated. And when the right man did come, he honored her journey, not just her beauty. That's what happens when you let me write the story. So I ask you now, will you trust me with what you cannot yet see? I know you're tired. Tired of false starts. Tired of almosts. Tired of opening your heart just to watch someone mishandle it again. But the truth is, some chapters have to end for the story to unfold correctly. If I had let certain people stay, you would have missed what I truly have for you. You see, I'm not in the business of temporary fixes. I'm in the business of eternal transformation. My love is not performance-based. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to impress me. You don't have to clean up your past to be accepted by me. I loved you when you were lost. I loved you when you were bitter. I loved you when you thought no one ever would. My love isn't based on who you are, it's based on who I am. And I am unchanging, unfailing, everlasting. Even when you ran, I never stopped following. Even when you doubted, I never stopped believing in you. The world may label you by your scars, divorced, abandoned, broken, but I call you by your identity in me, redeemed, chosen, worthy of. And yes, love will find you again, but not because you chase it. It will come because you waited, trusted, and allowed me to make you whole. Let me remind you of my promise in Romans 8 verse 28, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. That includes this breakup, this delay, this season of deep, private pain. It's not wasted. It's working, even now. So breathe. Cry if you need to, but don't give up. Don't let this pain steal your future. Something beautiful is being born out of this sorrow. And when it finally comes together, when you're standing on the other side of this storm, healed and smiling with peace you never thought possible, you'll look back and whisper, "God was with me the whole time." And I'll whisper back, "I never left." Red Heart, if this message reached the depths of your soul, write, "God is healing me" in the comments. Don't scroll past, share it with someone quietly battling heartbreak. Subscribe to hear more of God's voice, because this is just the beginning.